Welcome to WtT, the show that cuts right through the hype. Forget the robot uprising you see in the movies. The real AI invasion is already here, and it's happening quietly in your Slack channels. Today, we are dissecting the silent crisis that's unfolding in your office, one chatbot at a time. I want you to just read that again. Let it sink in. This isn't some line from a dystopian sci-fi script. This is a real quote from a real professional talking about their job right now. And believe me, this isn't some one-off feeling. A recent survey from Upwork found that a staggering 64% of people who are heavy AI users at work feel the exact same way. They literally prefer talking to the bot than to their own colleagues. So what on earth is going on here? Well, on the surface, the story seems pretty simple, right? Professionals are choosing to use AI chatbots over their human coworkers for, well, pretty much everything, from brainstorming ideas and getting advice to just having a quick chat. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. This isn't just happening out in the wild, it's happening inside the very companies that are building this tech. You've got employees at a top AI company, Anthropic, admitting they turn to their own chatbot, Claude, for questions that they used to take to their mentors. Think about that. The entire mentorship pipeline is being rerouted through a server farm. So why is this happening? Well, the official story, the PR-friendly version, points to a few convenient, drama-free reasons. And here's that argument in a nutshell. AI is just a better colleague. It's always available, it's never having a bad day, it won't judge you for asking a dumb question, and it is completely, totally free of office politics. It's the perfect, frictionless work buddy. But here's the catch, and it is a big one. Workplace consultant Kelly Monahan calls what you get from AI dangerous feedback. And why is it dangerous? Because your human colleagues, the ones who interrupt you and challenge you and push back, they're the ones who sharpen your ideas. They're the ones who save you from your own blind spots. And AI, on the other hand, is often just a very, very agreeable echo chamber. So case closed, right? Technology marches in, human connection gets trampled. But what if AI isn't really the villain in this story? The truth, as it turns out, is a lot more complicated, and frankly, way more damning for the state of the modern workplace. We're about to get to the real diagnosis. And hey, if you appreciate this kind of no-hype analysis that actually digs deeper, take a second to hit like on this explainer and subscribe to WtT. It really helps us keep cutting through all the noise. You see, this idea that AI created the lonely office is just a convenient fiction. It's kind of like blaming the vending machine in the break room because nobody has time to take a proper lunch break anymore. The vending machine isn't the cause of the problem. It's just a symptom. So let's be crystal clear about this. AI is not the agent of destruction. It's the agent of exposure. It didn't walk into some vibrant collaborative party of an office and ruin it. No, it walked into a workplace that was already shattered by remote work, by burnout, and by plummeting employee engagement. I mean, just look at this timeline. It lays it all bare. The foundation for today's lonely office was built long before these advanced chatbots showed up. Remote work fractured our office cultures. Engagement and emotional connection just fell off a cliff. The bots didn't create this void. They just moved right into the empty space where human connection used to be. And that brings us to a really uncomfortable truth, especially for anyone in leadership. For a certain type of manager, this whole trend isn't a crisis. It's a dream come true. People aren't just choosing AI for convenience. They're actively fleeing a dysfunctional human environment that was failing them long before a chatbot ever wrote a line of code. And this is the absolute crucial point. AI isn't stealing these deep, meaningful, supportive interactions. For a lot of people, it's replacing interactions that were already shallow, judgmental, or just plain punishing. It feels safer to ask a bot a question than to ask a manager who might see that question as a sign of weakness. And this is the slow burn disaster that's unfolding. Sure, an AI can give you a technically perfect answer to a coding problem, but what it can't do is lean over and say, hey, just a heads up, that approach has a hidden political landmine, or, we tried that 3 years ago and here's why it failed spectacularly. That right there, that's wisdom. It's not data. All right, let's just be brutally honest for a second. From a certain cynical management perspective, what's not to love? An AI-assisted workforce asks fewer questions, demands less of your time, and never complains about burnout. It helps create a workplace that is smoother and quieter on the surface, but completely hollow underneath. But, and this is a huge but, this fantasy of a perfectly efficient, no-drama workplace comes at an absolutely enormous cost. a cost that you're not going to see in the next quarterly report, but you'll feel it in your long-term ability to innovate and survive. We are swapping the messy, unpredictable, and sometimes frustrating path of real human collaboration for the clean, straight, easy line of synthetic pseudo-collaboration. And yeah, it might make us faster at churning out documents, but it makes our collective thinking weaker, more fragile, and a whole lot less creative. The end result here isn't just a building full of lonely people. No, the real risk is that we are creating entire companies that are fundamentally broken, fractured organizations that have lost the very connective tissue of trust, of shared knowledge, and of healthy dissent. From the outside, it all looks incredible. Productivity metrics are through the roof, documents are polished, code is being generated in seconds. It looks like a high-performing machine. But on the inside, the organization is becoming brittle. It has optimized away the very human skills, judgment, trust, dissent, that it absolutely needs to survive a real crisis. So the final takeaway is this. This whole thing isn't really a battle of AI versus humans. It's about the kind of workplace we are consciously choosing to build. Because if we don't deliberately design for the messy, inefficient, and vital discomfort of human interaction, AI will be more than happy to protect us from the very experiences that allow us and our companies to actually grow.